video is called Microevolution Does Not Exist. And the reason for this is very simple. I always make this point in my videos on evolution, but to prove evolution false, all you need is one simple fact. Life reproduces after its own kind. And also, in biblical creation, God creates animal life first, and He creates all the animals, and then He creates mankind, man and woman. And in the biblical creation, there's the mankind is not an animal. We're distinct from the animals. We're made in God's image. And so there's a disparity between humans and animals, different in the evolution worldview. They think that's why they come up with words like a hominid or a Homo erectus or whatever they want to call it. But you're not any of those things. You're a man or a woman. So that's just if they call you a Homo Neanderthal or whatever they want to call you, that's just a way to dehumanize you. And this microevolution thing is just another way to con people with a clever wordplay. So life reproduces after its own kind, and nature cannot create life, which is implied in the first statement. But those two facts are all you need to prove evolution false. As far as the age of the earth and the age of the universe, those can be other questions to be pondered. But the evolutionists cannot explain, or they don't have any proof, and they never will, that nature can create life, or that any life form has ever reproduced other than its own kind. So when you see life, if you see squirrels, you know intrinsically, even as a child, that the squirrels make squirrels and that they don't make anything else but squirrels. And so when we look at people and that people make people, we know that nothing else, no other creature could make a human being. Is impossible. And this brings me, I'm thinking of another good point here. Oh yeah, so the life reproduces after its own kind. The word species doesn't even have to be in your lexicon. No one gets to determine what lexicon you use. It's perfectly, because you can't even have a word such as species without the concept of the word kind. So kind is implicit in the word species. It's just a way of categorizing different kinds of life. It doesn't matter what you call the classification system. It's still the concept. So it doesn't. There is no such thing as a species. There's just different kinds of animals. There's obviously there's all sorts of examples, but so what the microevolution has anything to do with evolution. All microevolution is, the concept of it is really just what is called reproduction. So if you're a married person and you have children, and when you look at your children, you don't think, oh, my kid micro-evolved. So your kid didn't micro-evolve. You reproduced, or I don't know what the biblical term to use in this case would be to replenish the earth. In Genesis, in Genesis 1:24, and God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing and beast of the earth after his kind." and so it was so. And so the creation is actually the opposite of evolution in every way. So these people that are saying theistic evolution can't account for anything, because the world was created all at once in a perfect state, and even more, there was the fall of mankind, but a perfect state that it was finished on the seventh day, and then everything ever since then, or since the fall, everything's been going through entropic processes or deteriorating, even genetically from one generation to the next. There's a genetic deterioration. So everything is going from this present state to a state of deterioration, and in the original state at the beginning of the creation, everything was in a pristine condition, and then everything's running down from there. Evolutionist model is the opposite, that things go from disorder and create order, and so they have to go backwards in a sense, but we don't see things going from so their theories don't fit nothing. But to the microevolution point, there is no such thing as microevolution. All that we're observing every time, it doesn't matter if you're looking at your kids or fruit flies, reproducing fruit flies, horses making horses. When horses reproduce horses, they're not micro-evolving, they're just reproducing after their own kind. So microevolution does not exist.